Hey guys, Dusty Marcus here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Have you ever noticed how people you meet in the past influence the future or, somehow end up in your life later on? And it's very, very strange circumstances. Today we're going to be talking about that on episode 5 of How Did We Get Here? Hey guys, I hope you're having a fantastic day. Uh, it's very interesting how people you meet in the past actually influence the future. Back in the late 80s and early 90s, I had a friend, I still have a friend, and he used to stop by and we used to get together and play guitar all the time. We sort of hung out with him. We would go to his house and he would come to our house and yeah, we spent a lot of time together. And it was never really discussed like, that we wanted to be musicians when we sort of grew up. But we just it was just kind of something that we knew, and we just kept playing and kept watching different videos and trying to figure out what chords, and it was a lot of fun, and we've remained friends to this very day. We're not in constant contact anymore, but we have remained friends. And it was through him that we actually ended up in the later 90s getting together and forming a band, a group of people who played music. And we would get together fairly often, usually once or twice a week, and we would jam, from about 6 o'clock until who knows, 2 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock in the morning. And, then sort of make it home. And my home was about half an hour from there. It was in a different city, and sort of, crawl into bed quietly and then be up and ready to go the next morning. So through him, I met a number of people. And the very interesting thing is that one of these jam sessions, one of the people who actually um, I knew from high school, he was there. And it was sort of one of those moments where I kind of looked at him, and it's like seeing, a ghost. I hadn't seen him for over 10 years or 15 years. So anyway, we continued to play, and there ended up being a bit of a rift in in the group, unfortunately, because we had a really good group, and it was very, very unfortunate. I kind of wish sometimes you can go back and change things and make things a little bit better. But anyway, so we end up leaving sort of that group to form a band. And there were three of us initially, and then four of us. And we started to play, and we called ourselves the Survivors. And we were actually going into a friend's studio at the time and recording. And some of those recordings actually came out really, really well. Fast forward a little bit, and I was in a parking lot. I was taking a walk, doing groceries or something, and I see another friend that I knew from school as well, from high school, from grade 9, right? Which is, they closed that high school, and I hadn't seen him since then. So it was quite a reunion, and we decided right away we're going to get together and play, and we ended up forming a band, and we played at a number of different places in around southwestern Ontario, and we had a lot of fun. Unfortunately, things don't always last, and it ended up moving into something else. But we kept playing. I ended up meeting other people who I'd met through the band. I met other people, and we brought more people sort of into the group. and it was a lot of fun, and we were playing at least once or twice a week, jamming and just having a great time. I set up my very first home studio back then. I called it Studio One, and it, it was good. It was a good little studio. Um, it wasn't, technology has changed a lot since then. And so, back then you didn't have a computer that could sort of record or track, anything. So we had to record onto what we had, and that medium or that media was tape. And anyway, so as things progressed, we're playing together, and we played together for over 10 years. So technology changed, and my friend started bringing in this little device. It was a camera, but it had like a microphone built into it. It was pretty good, and so he would record all the sessions, and it was pretty cool at the time. I didn't think the sound would be really good, because from sort of one aspect of the room, if you're closer to the lead guitar than you are to the drums, you're going to hear the lead guitar more. But this was actually really good. It didn't do that. It actually kept everything on a level, which is really, really cool. And, starting this year, I've actually taken some of those tracks from back then, and using my computer, I can actually take those tracks and separate them into individual tracks from having sort of a mono recording of everything. So I've been able to separate those tracks and sort of bring them out and mix them a little bit, and they actually sound pretty good. I mean, I'm not tooting my own horn. I am not a professional producer, but I think I did a pretty good job. I sort of learned things from different producers by watching and learning as time went on. So we remained together for about 10 years, and we ended up falling apart after 10 years. And it was a big shock to me, but what it did is it drove me to go even harder and even faster, writing songs and recording stuff. And I started sending the songs out to different companies, and we ended up getting someone who was interested in what we were doing, and we recorded some really great stuff for that company. And we ended up going from that company as a record company to a different record company, and we were there for quite a few years. We had a lot of fun. We went on tour a couple of times and throughout different regions of Canada, and it was a lot of fun, and I made a lot of friends. And so for you guys, if you're ever questioning, should I play in public or should I, you will meet people. It's fantastic. And I met, through those tours, I met some really, really good friends who are very, very close to me, and I love them dearly. They are fantastic, and I'm very lucky to have them. And so that's how things kind of progressed. It started off a long time ago, but it's almost as if, you know, it was sort of destined to be, meeting these people and then seeing them again. And it's very, very interesting to me. And I very, very much, I love where it has gone, and the story continues to this day, and it continues moving forward, and that's what we'll keep doing. So I hope you've enjoyed these last five videos that I did for you. And if you did, please put a like and put some comments on there. And the story continues. So we will just continue adding to it as we go. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend, and we'll catch you on the flip side.